of the equipment's written lockout, tagout, tryout procedure have been completed. Replace all guards before starting machinery. Normal plant operations will probably be going on during your work at the plant. Our employees and those of other contractors will be moving about your work area. Protect them by putting up signs and erecting barricades around such dangerous areas as demolition, excavations, and overhead work. Place signs warning of the danger of falling objects. A preliminary risk assessment must be performed prior to putting up barricade tape. If the potential severity is low or medium, yellow caution tape should be used as a warning. The employee installing the tape must fill out a placard communicating the hazards involved and place on all 4 sides of the hazards where applicable. The yellow caution tape may not be crossed by anyone until they read the placard and understand the hazards in the area behind the tape. An attendant may be used depending on the hazard present. If the potential severity is high, red danger tape must be used due to the imminent danger in the area. The employee installing the red tape must fill out a placard communicating the hazards involved and place on all 4 sides of the hazard where applicable. No one except the authorized personnel on the placard is allowed to cross the red tape. An attendant will be used at all times. Don't leave tools, equipment, or loose objects when working overhead so that they may fall. Contractors' employees shall not go onto roofs without our approval. All ladders and scaffolds must conform to all state, federal, and provincial regulations. If you are unsure, review the regulations before erecting or climbing on any ladder or scaffold. Only ladders constructed of a non-conducting material, such as fiberglass, may be used. Wooden and aluminum ladders should not be brought onto the property. Do not use a damaged ladder. The safest practice is to have someone hold the ladder to keep it from moving, even if the ladder is not high. Avoid overhead power sources, such as power lines or collector rails. If you plan to work on a ladder above 4 feet, proper fall protection should be used. Do not carry anything in your hands when ascending or descending a ladder. Makeshift or defective scaffolds shall not be used. If a scaffold is required to perform your duties, ask your supervisor to see that the approved scaffold is erected and inspected. Use oxygen, air, or other compressed gases only for the jobs for which they are intended. Do not clean your clothes with oxygen, air, or other compressed gas. Do not direct these towards anyone. Always replace the caps on full or empty cylinders of oxygen, air, or other compressed gas after the regulators have been removed. Store all compressed gas cylinders in racks or tie them securely to a strong support in a vertical position. Horseplay is absolutely not tolerated in the plant. Do not climb on the equipment or even go exploring in the plant. This video is intended only to alert you to the existence of Gerdau's safety and environmental requirements. In addition, you and your company must take all reasonable precautions to prevent injuries or death. You will have available all relevant paperwork and procedures. You are responsible for following these procedures to the letter. Refer to our full documentation for detailed instructions. We value the services that are provided by our contractor population. The safety of our employees and contractors is a core value at Gerdau. We want everyone who works on our site to understand the commitment we have to their safety and to the environment. If you should have any questions, please contact a Gerdau representative. Communication is essential among all parties involved in the job, but especially between the Gerdau project manager and the contractor project manager. Before the first tool is picked up, everyone must understand the risks inherent in the job and the safeguards we have planned if we are to avoid accidents and injuries. Who is responsible to inform the contractor of the hazards of the job? Gerdau. Employer, contractor. Whose responsibility is it to attend safety orientation prior to starting work? Gerdau. Self. Your employer. Name 3 cardinal safety rules for contractors. Contractors cannot perform any work at Gerdau unless a blank has been completed. All employees working on the project must review and sign the blank. Then it must remain with the persons conducting the work. Name 3 types of personal protective equipment, PPE, all personnel must wear when in plant. Who applies a lockout lock to protect you from the accidental startup of machinery? Supervisor only. Self only. All personnel working on equipment. Gerdau only. While working at Gerdau, at what unprotected height must a person be to require fall protection? 6 feet. 4 feet. Never. 10 feet. Who must provide the MSDS on a chemical the contractor brings onto Gerdau site? No one. Contractor. Gerdau. A person can operate a fork truck without adequate training. When is horseplay tolerated in the plant? Anytime. Break time. Never.